Proposed budget for fiscal 2021-22 of 6,03,071 crore taka presented in Jatiyo সংসদ. 2,25,324 crore taka allocated to annual development program, GDP growth target 7.2%. Transport and communication sector got topmost priority in development budget. Allocation to health sector increased by 3,000 crore taka. 10,000 crore taka allocated to corona control. Giving priority on lives and livelihoods and themed as tomorrow's Bangladesh, budget proposal includes employment plans for unemployed people due to corona, social safety net to increase. Corporate tax reduced by 2.5% made in Bangladesh to get 10 years tax exemption. About 58,000 crore taka allocated for implementation of 14 mega projects. Allocation for Podda Bridge to increase by 1,464 crore taka. This year's budget, a timely one which ensures participation of all of the country, says Ubaidul Qadir. In coordination with lives, livelihoods and implementable budget formulated this year, says Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Corona infection rising in border districts, strict restrictions imposed in Rajshahi, Khulna, Naugao and Chuadanga. 7-day lockdown begins in Shatkhira from Saturday. And Bangladesh-Afghanistan match draw in the World Cup and AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Centre. I'm Mahmoudur Rahman. Those were the headlines. Let's move on now to details of those and other stories. We begin with news on the budget for 2021-22. ₹6,03,681 crore taka proposed budget for the fiscal 2021-22. The biggest ever of the country's history has been placed in Parliament today. Finance Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal unfolded the budget in Parliament. In the proposed budget, total revenue earning has been estimated to be 3,89,000 crore taka, including 3,30,000 crore taka from National Board of Revenue. Overall, budget deficit has been estimated at 2,14,681 crore taka. The proposed budget has projection of attaining a GDP growth of 7.2% in coming fiscal. In the proposed budget, total development expenditure is 2,37,078 crore taka, including ADP expenditure of 2,25,324 crore taka. Total operating expenditure is 3,61,500 crore taka. An allocation of 10,000 crore taka for corona pandemic response has been proposed in the budget. Earlier, the Cabinet, at a special meeting, approved the proposed budget for the fiscal 2021-22. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina presided over the meeting, held at the Cabinet Room of the Jatiyo সংসদ Bhavan. The Cabinet also endorsed the Appropriation Supplementary Bill and the Appropriation Bill 2021. Finance Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal and other Cabinet Ministers and State Ministers attended the meeting. Meanwhile, President Mohammad Abdul Hamid authenticated the proposed national budget for the fiscal 2021-22 and the revised budget for 2020-2021 prior to placing them before the Jatiyo সংসদ. The President authenticated the budget at his office in the Jatiyo সংসদ Bhavan. Chief Whip Nure Alam Chaudhry, NBR Chairman Abu Hena Mohammad Rahmatul Muneem, Finance Secretary Abdur Rauf Talukdar and secretaries to the President were present. Later, President Abdul Hamid observed the budget session for some time from the President's box at the Jatiyo সংসদ. President's Office Secretary Shamput Borua, Military Secretary Major General S.M. Salahuddin Islam, Press Secretary Mohammad Jainal Abidin and Secretary Attached Mohammad Wahidul Islam Khan were present. ₹2,37,078 crore has been allocated for development budget for the fiscal 2021-22. Transport and communication sector was given highest priority in the development budget. The sector got 61,170 crore taka, which is 25.8% of the development budget. Education and technology sector got second highest allocation of 46,648 crore taka, which is 19.7% of the development budget. Local government and rural development sector got 15.1% allocation, which is 35,833 crore taka. Energy and power sector got allocation of 27,367 crore taka, which is 11.5% of the development budget. Besides, health sector got 15,558 crore taka, while public administration sector got allocation of 15,270 crore taka. Meanwhile, 13,225 crore taka was allocated for agriculture sector, while 7,090 crore taka proposed for social safety net and welfare sector. Besides, 6.3% of the development budget was allocated for other sectors. The Finance Minister made some proposals of withdrawing and decreasing supplementary duty on several hundred products, including raw materials of industries and capital machinery, in the proposed budget for 2021-2022. Following the proposal, price of some products and services might decrease. The products are local refrigerators, television, air conditioner, motorcycles, washing machines, agro-machinery, LED bulb, poultry feed, steel, corona kit, diaper, sanitary napkin, microbus, hybrid car, medical devices, local LPG cylinder, local toys, dialysis tube, and cancer medicine. Besides, price of some products might increase following the proposals made by the Finance Minister. The products are cosmetics, tobacco goods, alcohol and alcohol-based products, imported feature phone, imported packaged food, and imported milk powder. With a plan to bring 80% people of the country under the mass immunization program in phases, Finance Minister AHM Mustafa Kamal said the government will vaccinate 25 lakh people every month. He came up with the announcement while presenting the national budget for the 2021-2022 fiscal year in Parliament. The Minister proposed a fund of 10,000 crore taka for coronavirus mitigation in the budget. Referring to Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's recent announcement that the government will ensure free vaccination for all, the Minister said they will provide as much fund as is needed to bear the expenses of procuring the required doses of vaccine. He said the vaccination program is being implemented at the field level through coordination between the expanded program on immunization, EPI, and the communication disease control. The Finance Minister said the World Bank provided $500 million for procuring vaccines and $14.87 million for logistic support. Loan agreement for $940 million with the ADB to procure COVID vaccine is at the final stage. Alongside, there is a good possibility to receive support for vaccine procurement from the European Investment Bank and AIIB, he added. The proposed budget has allocated a total of about 58,000 crore taka for speedy implementation of the ongoing mega projects. The proposed budgetary allocation is 18,000 crore taka more than last year's budget allocation. The initiative is aimed at completing the work in time in view of the current corona situation in the country. Most of the country's mega projects have lost momentum by the corona onslaught. Considering this phenomenon, the proposed budget has set aside ample allocations to complete the projects in due time, having given top importance to the Podda Bridge and Metro Rail projects. 91% accomplishment of the Podda Bridge construction work is a landmark event, despite facing the hurdles caused by corona and floods in the country. With a government view to opening the Podda Bridge next year, the proposed budget has allocated 3,500 crore taka for the mega project, with 1,464 crore taka additional amount compared to this year's allocation. Among the major projects, Rupur nuclear power plant has gained the biggest budgetary allocation with 18,426 crore 16 lakh taka, having additional allocation of 8,259 crore and 38 lakh taka. The second biggest allocation has been given to Matarbari coal-fired power project with 6,162 crore taka, with an increased amount of 1,962 crore taka. In total, the 14 important mega projects in the government list to get a total of 57,990 crore and 19 lakh taka in the proposed new budget. The 2020-2021 annual development plan had 39,979 crore and 69 lakh taka total allocation for the mega projects, while this year this will be increased by 10,010 crore and 5 lakh taka. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said the proposed budget is very much time-befitting during this corona crisis moment, which ensured participation of all the people across the country. He said this while briefing newsmen after concluding Parliament session today.
দেশের সকল মানুষের অংশগ্রহণের নিশ্চয়তা সহ এটি একটি বাস্তব ভিত্তিক সংকটকালীন সময়োপযোগী বাজেট।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has termed the new budget as a coordination between life and livelihood and said the proposed budget is implementable. The Information and Broadcasting Minister expressed his post-budget reaction at the Parliament building today.
জীবন রক্ষা এবং জীবিকা রক্ষা দুটির মধ্যে সমন্বয় ঘটিয়ে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যা শেখ হাসিনার নেতৃত্বে যেভাবে বাংলাদেশ এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে এই করোনা মহামারীর মধ্যেও সেটি অব্যাহত থেকেছে। তারই ধারাবাহিকতায় এবছর বাজেটে গুরুত্ব দেওয়া হচ্ছে স্বাস্থ্য খাতকে, সামাজিক সুরক্ষাকে এবং অন্যান্য যেই খাতগুলোকে শিক্ষাসহ অন্যান্য খাতগুলো যেগুলো অগ্রাধিকার খাত সেগুলোকে অগ্রাধিকার দেওয়া হয়েছে। প্রতিবারে আমি জানি আজকেও বিএনপির পক্ষ থেকে বক্তব্য রাখা হবে বা ইতিমধ্যেই বলে দেওয়া হয়েছে যে এটি কাল্পনিক বাজেট, এই বাজেট বাস্তবায়নযোগ্য না। এগুলো প্রতি বছর আমরা 12.5 বছর ধরে শুনে আসছি, কিন্তু প্রতিবারেই দেখা গেছে বাজেট বাস্তবায়নের হার হচ্ছে 95% বেশি। এই করোনা মহামারীর মধ্যেও বাজেট সঠিকভাবে বাস্তবায়িত হয়েছে এবং এই করোনা মহামারীর কারণে অর্থ বছরের শুরুতে অনেক জটিলতা ছিল এবং সেই জটিলতা কাটিয়ে এই করোনা মহামারীর মধ্যেও বাজেট আমরা বাস্তবায়ন করতে সক্ষম হয়েছি। এছাড়া গত বছরের তুলনায় $10 বিলিয়ন ফরেন কারেন্সি রিজার্ভ বেড়েছে এবং রেমিটেন্স আয় বেড়েছে এবং একই সাথে রপ্তানি আয়ও কমে নাই, যেটি অনেক আশঙ্কা করা হয়েছিল সেভাবে কমে নাই। সুতরাং অনেকে অনেক কথা বলবে, আজকেও অনেক কথা বলবে, কিন্তু বাস্তবতা হচ্ছে এই, যারা এই শঙ্কা আশঙ্কার কথাগুলো সবসময় বলেন, করোনা মহামারীর শুরুতে অনেক শঙ্কা আশঙ্কার কথা বলেছিলেন, অনেক বুদ্ধিজীবী তারপর বিএনপি সহ বিভিন্ন রাজনৈতিক দল যে আশঙ্কার কথা বলেছেন, সেগুলো আমরা মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনা সেগুলো ভুল এবং মিথ্যা প্রমাণ করতে সক্ষম হয়েছে। দেশ এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে।
Now some international news. Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu has lashed out at a newly agreed coalition which looks set to remove him from power after 12 years as Prime Minister. Netanyahu called on right-wing members of parliament to block the coalition from taking office. 8 opposition parties reached an agreement to work together to form a new government late on Wednesday. But the group from across Israel's political spectrum still needs parliamentary backing to take office. In his first comment since the coalition was announced, Netanyahu urged members of the parliament elected by votes from the right to oppose the coalition. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 37,09,000 and over 17 crore, 25,60,000 people have been infected globally. Besides, more than 15 crore, 52,34,000 people have recovered from the virus so far. Meanwhile, India has now 2 crore, 84,41,000 confirmed cases and 3,38,000 deaths. The US has now 3 crore, 41,45,000 confirmed cases and 6,11,000 deaths. 30 COVID-19 patients died and 1,687 new cases were traced today in the country. Directorate General of Health Services, DGHS, in its routine daily statement, said the death toll has risen to 12,724 from coronavirus, and the tally of infections has risen to 8,05,980. The recovery count rose to 7,46,035 after another 1,970 patients recovered during the past one day. The statement said 9.94% of 16,972 samples tested were positive today. DGHS statistics showed the people infected from the beginning, 92.56% recovered, while 1.58% died. The statement said of the 30 deaths, 4 is between 31 to 40, 2 in their 50s, 6 in their 60s, while 18 are above 60. 21 out of the 30 people that died today were male, while 9 were female. DGHS informed that today 6 people have died in Dhaka Division, 6 in Chattogram Division, 8 in Rajshahi Division, 3 died in Khulna Division, 1 died in Borishal Division, 2 died in Sylhet Division, and 4 died in Rangpur Division. And now on to some sports news. Bangladesh drew 1-1 with Afghanistan in the World Cup 2022 and AFC Asian Cup 2023 qualifiers today. The first half of the match ended goalless at Jassim bin Hamad Stadium in Qatar. The Afghans took the lead in the 48th minute of the match when Mohammad Anwar Sharafi scored the goal. Topu Borman levelled the margin for Bangladesh in the 84th minute of the match. The red-green team will face India on the 7th of June and Oman on the 15th of June in the World Cup and AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. And now to end the news, here once again are the headlines. Proposed budget for fiscal 2021-22 amounting 6,03,071 crore taka presented in Jatiyo Sangsad. 2,25,324 crore taka allocated in annual development program, GDP growth target 7.2%. Transport and communication sector got topmost priority in development budget. Allocation to health sector increased by 3,000 crore taka, 10,000 crore taka allocated to control corona. Giving priority on lives and livelihoods and themed as tomorrow's Bangladesh, budget proposal includes employment plans for unemployed people due to corona social safety net to increase. Corporate tax reduced by 2.5%, made in Bangladesh to get 10 years exemption. About 58,000 crore taka allocated for implementation of 14 mega projects. Allocation for Podda Bridge to increase by 1,464 crore taka. This year's budget, a timely one, which ensures participation of all of the country, says Obaidul Qadir. In coordination with Lives and Livelihoods, an implementable budget formulated this year, says Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Corona infection rising in border districts, strict restrictions imposed in Rajshahi, Khulna, Nagaur and Chuadanga. 7-day lockdown begins in Shatkhira from Saturday. And Bangladesh-Afghanistan match draw in the World Cup and AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. That's it from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.